how much in funding have you received so far?
Oh, total amount? I can
Yeah.
disclose it.
Oh yeah, for
Right
sure.
right now we're at 150,000
Ooh.
at 0% across the board.
And yeah, I got to keep that in there.
Do it. Do
What's
it.
up, man? William, what's up? What's
Oh,
up? What's up? One of my favorite clients, man.
thank you.
This guy is amazing. Man, I could go on and on, but we'll talk about that more as this goes on. But I wanted to have you on here, talk about your experiences so far, talk about the funding that you received, if any. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that. So let's get to it, man. First of all, you could just tell the people what your name is and what you do, and actually and where you found me at too.
Okay. My name is Will Erickson. I own Willy Good Coffee. It's an online coffee roastery, cold brew factory. I deliver all over the Las Vegas area. I mail out to 42 states.
Nice.
You can find me anywhere. It's just at Willy Good Coffee on everything. Um, let's see. Where did I find you? Was it
I
YouTube or
know. Yeah, yeah.
it
So I'm
was?
about to pull this up. This is gonna be
'Cause-
cool.
No, because it was one of the original comments from like July where you popped off a video and I commented underneath it, why hasn't this video blown up yet? Because it was
Exactly.
like, okay, was that the one you were gonna pull up?
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up right now.
That's
Yep,
perfect.
it was right here. Yep, this is my boy right here. So
Yeah, exactly.
what's crazy is at the time that you said it's almost like you did this to
Yeah,
YouTube
I
because
did.
at the time that you
100%.
commented, my bad, what you saying?
No, I did do it. I know how the algorithm works, man. I went and I pumped, I liked, I commented under all your stuff, and it starts churning the algorithm. Because I'm on all these other channels. You know what I mean? I'm on
Yeah,
every single finance credit, business credit accelerator, entrepreneur, mindset motivate. I'm on all of them, right? And I'm active. So it's like I saw your video, I watched it, and I give stuff full attention. You know what I mean? Like I don't got
yeah,
the swipe or the Swiss cheese brain. Like I can sit for 45 minutes straight and watch a solid video, take notes, and be like, man, everything this guy just said was like, I would have paid money to hear him say that. And I have before to other people. So it's like, okay, let me comment under this. And then I checked out your other stuff. And when you and I first talked, I was like, man, you go back to like 2017, 2016, 2015, you're dropping videos. You got different hair at the time, but you're talking about
yeah,
the same stuff. So I was like, okay, this guy's legit. He's been doing it for a while. He's not a fly by night guy. The way you came across in that exact video too was very authentic, if that's an overused word now, but it
oh
was
good, yeah,
authentic and servant leader style, whereas like you were given the blueprint and I was just soaking it up and I was like, I gotta reach out to this guy. I gotta at least try to connect with him and see if we can help each other out in any way possible. But yeah, I checked out I deep dove on you. Before we did business together, I was looking into you. You know what I mean? Like it was
yeah,
I checked out all your stuff and it came back all good, all really positive. And so that's when you and I talked the first time. And if you remember, I was in this car when we had our
yeah,
first 30-minute call, and you were like, hey man, nah, like you gotta get off the road. Like I
yeah,
need
yes,
you were like, I need your full attention. Like, nah, man, call me back. Like you cut me out real quick. And I was like, okay, all right, I like this guy. He's about it. Like that's principles. It's like don't be talking to me while you're driving. But my car is my office too. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
do
yeah,
every
yeah.
car. So pulled over, we chatted for a little bit, talked. You told me about everything. I asked a few questions. And then it was like next day I was in. I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's run with it. Let's see what we can do. And then now, it's Halloween today. And 3 months later, I'm just laughing. I was just in the house a little while ago getting ready for this. And I was like, man, this is hilarious how this worked out. Like this went exactly as you said. Like and you remember most of my comments, everything was just like be patient, be persistent, trust the process, don't rush the process. Like I had stuff come up where I had to check my own ego or my own thoughts where I was like, is this working? What more can I do? Should I jump in more? And you were just like, nah, like it's good. Like we're pushing all your stuff through. We're introducing you to the people that you need to be introduced to, the applications, the numbers, everything was just like full guidance. I don't know. I've never had that, right? Like I'm self-made in my way. And it's like I always had to learn whatever it was I needed to learn to move forward. Whereas with you and Sam, it was like I sat in the back seat and you guys just drove it the whole way. And like Boom, we hit it. Boom, we hit another one. Boom, we hit another one. And then it was just like, I felt like you guys were sandbagging on Key Bank because that came through so strong. And
Yeah.
both of you guys were like, yeah, just wait for Key Bank. And I'm sitting like, dang, come on, let's do a little bit more. And then it was like, ba, 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 all of a sudden. And yeah, man, I'm in a good place. I'm grateful, you know?
Heck yeah, man. Wow, you cover so much, man. Look,
Dive into it. Yeah.
all I can say is thank you, man. Thank you so much for the kind words. I really
Yeah, for sure.
appreciate it for sure,
I
brother.
mean
I
it.
do. Um, but yeah, it's crazy how it all worked out. And um I knew it would, but again, it's just when it comes to fruition, it's just always so beautiful. But yeah, it was
Yes.
crazy. Like when you commented on this video, it literally had like 100 views
37
or
views or something.
37 views or so. Like,
It was very low.
yeah, it is now 7,800. So it's almost like when you said that, it's like you two just start throwing it out there. But anyways, man, yeah, it's beautiful. So that's how you found me. We've done some
Yep.
great work together. You mentioned some of the banks. You mentioned Key Bank. So
Yep.
the question that a lot of people always want to know is like, how much in funding have you received so far?
Oh, total amount? I can
Yeah.
disclose it.
Oh yeah, for
Right,
sure.
right now we're at 150,000
Ooh.
at 0% across the board. The shortest term I got was 9 months. The
Uh-huh.
longest I got was 18 months. That was
Hmm.
from US Bank, but that was a smaller amount.
Yeah, it
So
was.
at very minimum, it was a 9 month 0% funding, and then 12 month, a 15 month, and an 18 month. But yeah, 150 total. Plus, there's a backup Key Bank business credit card application that's currently underway, and
Yeah,
that one,
it's yeah.
yep, that one we requested 25 for. So that would bring it to when it does come through, which I believe it will.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Also, the relationship manager at Key Bank is on point. I meant to tell you guys that as well. Like she's been following up with me. She's brought in her other colleagues from merchant services for other business strategy sessions. Like we sat and talked last Friday for like half an hour, three of us, about like,
Nice.
okay, where's your business? Where do you want it to go? How do you need to deploy these funds? It was like they were asking me questions like a close advisor would ask me, not just like a bank person. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I not only dealing with you and Sam, but I also gained these other assets, like people who are connected inside the lending system, who are looking out for me and my company now, and they know me now. And it's like, man, this is I won't say better than I could have imagined. This is exactly what I imagined because I'm optimistic. You know what I mean? Like I came
Yeah,
into
you
this
are.
going like I came in and I told you I've done 2 years worth of personal credit work. I got my stuff up to 800. I got comparable credit everywhere. My DTI was super low. Like I was doing back end stuff for 2 years, getting ready for
Hmm.
this, waiting to meet the team that I needed to meet, which was you guys, to just like hand it over to you guys and be like, run it. Like here's all my stuff. Let's do this. And so it's worked out. Like I'm laughing. I don't know how else to say it. I'm just laughing about everything. Everything's kind of funny and nice. Today's a good day. Like my disposition has changed because before it was grind mode and it's
Yeah.
get it. Oh, like everything's like competitive and like I don't know, man. It's hard doing that as an entrepreneur. But
Yeah.
when you find grace, let's call it that. The team is graceful. This whole process has been graceful, and what came out of it, like you were saying, the fruition of it was just I'm celebrating, man. Like it's I feel great.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. You're explaining so eloquently, like it's not even
Thank
much
you.
more that I even need to say, man. But
Go
like I
off.
said, I
Man, you
appreciate it.
do
No,
it.
because I feel the exact same. Like everything that you're saying,
Mhm.
that's literally my exact same sentiments. Like
Yeah.
seriously, bro, it is. And one thing that you touched on too, because I like to keep it real here, we did have like some challenges in between, like to the
Mhm.
point that we got here. But
Yeah.
wouldn't you say we had like some challenges when
Yeah.
it was smooth? If you know
Yeah.
the whole
No,
process was
for
smooth,
real.
but we did
In,
have
in the middle.
in the
The
middle.
middle of the 90 days was US Bank. That was only 2 or 3 thousand.
Yeah, like
And then
three.
that one was 3,000, and Amex Gold, what it said, it's like no spending limit, but it also says $2,000 spending
Yeah,
power.
yeah,
So I was kind of like, dang on that. But also we looked at the name of the LLC is the
yeah,
address of one of my properties. So it was like it had no strategic, global, logistics, resources, supply. It had none of the
Enterprise.
enterprise, empire. It had none of the power words that now I understand you got to have certain words in your LLC because the way they look at that is words are power, man. You know what I mean? Like you
Mhm.
got to have the right words, you got to have the right everything attached to your name, address, SSN, DOB, your applications. And now that I know that, I feel stronger going into either a second round or spinning up another LLC and just doing this again, but smarter and better and shooting for that. Okay, we did 150, 175 up to date. It's like, what's 250 look like? What's
Yeah.
325? You know what I mean? Like, how do I
Yeah.
optimize? Because it's chess. At this point, you're just playing chess. And now I've run through it one time. And it's like, okay, I get it. I'll do it better this way. I'll do it faster this way. I'll be
Yeah.
better with my stuff on my back end. Because I didn't know. You know what I mean? Like I was taught if you own a property, you just name the LLC, the address of the
Yeah.
property
Yeah.
to keep it simple for taxes and to keep it simple for bookkeeping.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but now I get it. So yeah, there were a couple hurdles, but again, I just sat on it. Like
Hmm.
I was working out like crazy. Like that's the other thing too is when I signed up for your course, I tied everything to fitness, right? And like trying to improve myself. So all those videos, all your curriculum, every 70 odd some videos that you do when you first take on a new client is like
Yeah.
onboarding, start here. Here's how you do the business phone number. Here's how you do Manta. Here's how you open Amex accounts, all that stuff. I was doing it while I was on the treadmill, while I was on the stair stepper. Like
Nice.
I wasn't listening to music. I was listening to you guys' videos. And I was just like, okay, okay. So I must have logged 80, 90 hours worth of exercise while I was learning. And
Nice.
it deepened the connection. It made it so that now it's like I can recall it. I can keep up with you guys on it, on the vocabulary. Like I know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about now. So it's like it was this rapid, like accelerated course of learning, kind of like a crash course. And now I
Yeah.
feel much better prepped for it. So yeah, that little hiccup, like you were saying, the hiccup or whatever, the little barriers, it wasn't even a barrier because even that was like, oh, it just wasn't as much as I anticipated. But it was
Right.
still two new trade lines and 5 grand in 0% funding. So it just builds out my business credit score. It builds out the credibility for that LLC. So it's like that's not even a barrier. You know, that's not even a little speed bump or anything. It was just lower. That and after talking to you guys, it's like use it responsibly, run it up, pay it off every month, and then at the 6 month mark, request that credit limit increase. And more than likely, it's going to get automatically approved, or they'll just ask for 3 months bank statements tied to that account. Which is like, okay, fine.
Exactly.
I'll do that. No problem.
Precisely, bro. Precisely. One thing I wanted to mention earlier too is that you did say that you like on a lot of people's pages. So the fact that you end up moving forward with me, I definitely appreciate that too as well. That means a lot.
Sure.
Um, I'm telling you, bro, like for some of the questions I had asked, you really already went in on it. Like it's beautiful, man. I only have like two questions I can think of. Like,
Hit me.
and you kind of already went into it. Like, what would you say that 150K now that you had it? Like, you talked about how it's made you feel essentially, but how would you say it's made you feel? Like, as far as confidence in business or whatever the case?
Oh, it's big, man. It's like I changed my range. I was talking to my realtor during this whole process, before Key Bank came through, that was the extra 50 or 75K.
Yeah,
We were looking at a 10 unit motel that we were trying to close on. And I was
yeah,
trying to get the liquidation company and these applications pushed through so I would have that whole amount and I wouldn't have to get a commercial mortgage for this motel.
yeah.
Um, and then it was a court hearing. It was a court appointed attorney that had so it wasn't regular realtors in this normal situation.
Okay.
And at the hearing, somebody outbid us, somebody that was on their side. And we didn't know it until after the hearing. So I'm
Mm,
thinking I'm going into it. I'm about to close on this 10 unit motel. It was cash flowing 7,200 a month, which I was just like, that's beautiful. Like I love those
that
numbers.
is, yeah,
And then of course we get beat out on it. I'm sitting back. I'm like, damn, like, but then Key Bank comes through and something else comes through. So now I just called the realtor. I was like, up the price that we're looking at. Like I don't want a 10 unit motel. I want a 25 unit motel now.
yes,
Because now I
sir.
have, you know what I mean? I got the 10% down for a 1.5 million. I got a 20% down for a 750,000 apartment complex. So it's like my numbers jump. The math stays the same. The principles are the same at any level. very low, medium, high, and then billionaire status. All the math works out the same. So it's
Yep.
like just rock 10 or 20% down on an income producing asset and then get that back. And that's it. And then you're playing cash flow at that point. So now it's my sister's driving right now to go check out a building, a bar, and a liquor license all in one. It's a turnkey operation. And she's going to
Mm,
check it out for me, and we might move in on that because same thing, the numbers look good. So now I'm shopping at a different level than I was before. Because before I was like,
mm,
okay, how much do I make as an employee? How much do I make as a small business owner? How much do I have on these personal credit lines? 20,000 here, 30,000 with Navy Fed. Can't really do much with that. But you start
yeah.
swinging around a buck 50 at a time, and it's like, oh, you get people's attention. It's like
Yeah.
you can you can wire to the title company right now 150, and I was like, I can do 135 because the liquidation company was like,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
want to max you out, right? We
Right.
want to go
Right.
to 90% of what your limits are so you don't go over. So I was like, I got 135 right now that I can wire to a title company. And like that just it just puts you into a different sandbox to play in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's what it's allowed me to do because my mind thinks on large scale. I'm a systems based person. So like I don't think of things in terms of linear, like A, B, C, or one, two. I don't think like that. I think in terms of like Rain Man stuff. You know what I mean? Where it's like it's this and all of it works
Yeah.
together, and all of a sudden it creates wealth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yep.
give me 2 seconds. Let me block this one. End and accept. Send a voicemail. Send a voicemail.
Yeah.
Are we still alive? Oh, we're going good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
We
there.
good. We good. We good.
Okay, good. There's a call buzzing in, but so it's like I'm trying to create wealth and not just money. You know, I don't care about money.
Mm,
I don't care about cash. That doesn't do anything for me anymore. Like now
yeah.
that I understand credit, now that I understand insurance, now that I understand bonds and securities and these other things, it's like that's the stuff that gets me excited. It's like,
Hmm.
give me some real estate. Give me an asset that I can go and use as collateral to get 10 times the amount that I put up. So if I put up 150, I'm gonna be trying to cash out 1.5 mil in a
1.5.
few
Yeah.
in a few years and be in a
Mm,
good position to do it. So it's like, eh, I guess to everybody else, like if you're ready to level up 10x or if you're ready to level up a lot, then I would say go with you guys. But if you're not there, don't do it. You know,
yeah.
and you were big on that too. We talked about that. It's like, what's your motivation? Like if you're just trying to run up cards or run up credit lines and go to wherever, Caribbean or buy some Gucci or whatever, it's like this.
Yeah.
You told me you're like, I'm not the person for you then. And I was like, dude, that's exactly what I want to hear from somebody. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want it to be, get money quick and try to use CPNs and try to use it. It's like, nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of my like positive payment history. I'm proud of my low DTI. It took a lot for me to get the profile that I have right now.
Yeah.
So moving forward, it's like I just wanted that. I wanted at first 10 units, but now I'm thinking like 25 units and higher or full on businesses with the real estate underneath it included. Um, yeah, I'm just shopping differently now.
That's what I'm talking about, man. And and that was really like my last question because I won't hold you too much longer, brother.
No, I'm happy to chat with you, man.
Yeah, me too. And yeah, the last question I really was gonna say, you just hit it on at that last second there. I was gonna say, if someone was on the fence of joining us, like what would you tell them?
Go for it. Don't being on the fence is saying no.
Yeah,
If you're on the fence, indecisiveness is not action. Indecisiveness is a no. No, thank you. I'm unsure. I'm thinking about, okay then, man. That's a no. Like when you're ready, move forward boldly. Like just move forward. Do it.
hmm,
Trust the process, don't rush the process.
there we
Like
go.
it's I could go on, but it's that is if you're on the fence, this isn't for you. If you're ready, if you're already grinding, if you're already winning at your current stage in life, which I was before I met you, right? It's
Yes,
like those same principles just translate. So if you're losing right now and you somehow think 150 grand business funding is going to save you, guess what? It's not
yeah,
because you're losing without it. So you will
yeah,
lose with it. The pattern always repeats. You know what I mean? So it's like win with what you got, where you're at right now, and then move forward with business funding. Because there's a lot of stuff you got to do behind the scenes.
yes,
Scrubbing inquiries, getting old addresses off, updating spelling, um, everything that you got to do. Like people don't want to do that. That's boring. But I I
right.
I dug in. I liked the boring. It's like okay, if I got to learn CFPB, if I got to learn 15 USC chapter 16.32, fine,
Hey,
fine. Because guess what? I'm more valuable now.
Yes.
I'm worth more just because I know more. It's not the money. That's why I keep telling
Yes.
people money doesn't make you rich.
Hmm.
It's the knowledge and then it's the application of said knowledge. So it's like, and I was literally at like the edge of my knowledge when I met you, and I just like turned it over, and now I must have gained four, five, six times the amount that I knew before after dealing with you guys.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
Serious. And I just feel like I'm in a different category now. And it's like that was 3 months. It's like, yeah, I already got the next round of investments set aside for you guys. I'm gonna run my wife through it. I'm gonna run my brother's like, we're talking about Christmas and all that. I was like, bro, I'm just gonna get you business funding for college. It's your
Yeah. Yeah.
Christmas present this year.
Let's go. That's what I'm
Let's
talking
go.
about, man.
Let's
Let's
start
go.
giving each other investments. I don't
That's
want
what
stuff. I I got stuff. I don't need it anymore. You know what I mean? It's like I want to know the names of business relationship managers. I want
there
to
we
know
go.
the names of the right banks to ask for certain funding. I want to know the names of different realtors, not regular realtors, commercial realtors.
There
It's
we
like
go. Yeah, yeah.
give me that as a gift.
Man, speaking of, I'm glad you found value in that too as well, because that's
Mm.
one thing that's super underrated is having the right business relationship managers
Oh,
to make it happen. Like it's super
most
underrated.
def. Yep.
A lot of people don't they think it's just as easy as just applying, and
No.
it's not. But man, this was beautiful, man. I'm telling you, I'm like speechless over here because I'm just so happy for you in general, but then
Thank
everything
you.
that you said, like, is
Thank
literally
you.
exactly how I'm feeling, man. When I say speechless, like I don't have words. All I can say is I appreciate it, man. I'm so glad that you made that comment, you reached out, and we're here because it's been beautiful, and we're just getting started. We got much more
Yeah.
to hit, so everything is great, brother. You told the people where to find you at too. I think that's pretty much it that I had.
That's it.
Any final words or
No,
anything else?
man, cut. Exit stage left. I'm out.
National Evelyn.
Go, go. Yeah, I know you got shit to do. I got shit to do too. Like,
I might leave that in too. All right, y'all. Peace. Oh man,
it's
bro.
so good to catch up with you. Oh
Yeah, it
man.
is, bro. For real, I appreciate it, man. Everything I said was literally how I was feeling. I appreciate it for real.
Same. Same, man. It's amazing. It's like, yeah, I was telling my wife, I was like, this dude's an angel. I got Archangel Michael here. I always keep him with me. I was like, this dude Colin, he's an angel. Sam, they're angels, man. I was
Yeah.
like, you are. That's how it is. It's like you can call it what you want with religion, God, spirituality, what I don't care. It's just like you did me right. You changed my life for the positive. If I hope I can reciprocate. That's all.
Yeah.
It's like keep it going. And I've been sending your videos to everybody, but it's hard, like trying to convince people to advance. You can't do it. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
if they're ready and if they see one of your videos at the time, or if they see this video and then they're like, man, I'm inspired. It's like, I just encourage people, take the action, man, pull the trigger, go, like don't sit on it. Don't wait. Stop watching all the YouTube. Like I haven't watched YouTube in a minute because I've been busy doing this stuff. So it's like,
Yeah.
it moves it from like being a consumer to just like almost a treasure hunter. Like when I found you, it
Yeah.
felt like I found a treasure. I was like, oh man, like, and then now I'm sitting on a buck 50K, and it's like, yeah, this works, man. This worked just beautifully.
It did. It did. And I knew it did. Like the clients that come in with the best energy, the most optimistic, those are the ones that get funded the most. So I already knew,
Of
like,
course.
yeah. And me and
Yeah.
Sam were talking too, like before we got to the key bank. And by the way, like we just ended up securing that relationship manager, full transparency. Like we didn't
She's
have her.
awesome.
Yeah, she is. So
Yeah.
we were looking through like our list because we don't want to send her like 20, 30, 40 clients at one time. So we're looking through the list. We like, who can we send in? Oh, we send in William because he deserves it the most.